Greetings, stellar LTDE 5302 students. It is a joy and a blessing to welcome you to Module Week 5 of the course, in which we will focus upon creating a technology-enhanced anticipatory set, otherwise known as a TEASe video. Let's begin by exploring the learning resources for this week. As I just mentioned, we will create a TEASe video this week, and this video will actually introduce your unit of instruction. This video combines video clips, images, music, and text within one cohesive multimedia presentation, and actually serves as an anticipatory set which introduces the unit. So the purpose, or one of the purposes, is to grasp learners' attention through the video, as well as activate prior knowledge and spark critical reflection upon higher order thinking questions. In this unit, we will continue to evaluate the appropriate use of technologies as instructional tools, and of course, to continue formulating strategies for creating student-centered learning experiences through authentic assessment pieces. The journal articles for this week will introduce you to the concept of the TEASe video. And there's also a video included called Learning Focused, Activating Strategies. And this video talks about the importance of helping learners to activate prior knowledge. And so you definitely will want to watch this video as you think about starting units with enabling and supporting learners in activating prior knowledge. You will also notice that there are a couple of examples included of previously created TEASe videos. I highly recommend that you watch these examples as soon as possible upon beginning this unit, as sometimes we learn best from watching excellent examples, and these are two excellent examples that will be a tremendous help as you are creating your own TEASe video. Let's now explore the assignments for this week. Within this discussion forum, you actually will be answering the following questions. How would you describe the purpose of a TEASe video? What do the examples that you will be viewing right here have in common? And what are some characteristics that make each one unique? So we want you to think about purpose. Remember, we're starting with why. We're thinking about why we're doing what we're doing. What is the purpose of creating a video of this type? What are some common characteristics of these examples? And what makes each one unique? So after posting your initial thread, you'll reply to at least 2 classmates' posts, and your reply should be substantial and include references to the reading and video assignments this week. But you will also be utilizing a new strategy by which to reply, and this is called the 3CQ model. You actually will be asked to, within each reply, include a compliment. So in some way, compliment the colleague's post to which you are replying, and then also comment. So either I agree because or I disagree because, and it's okay to disagree as long as we're doing so in a constructive and respectful manner, which I'm sure that you will. And then you also want to make a connection. So you could say something along the lines of, I also thought that this video was special because, whatever the case may be. You will want to make some type of connection with the person to whose response you are replying. And then finally, you will want to add a critical thinking question. I wonder why this was included. I wonder why this was mentioned in your initial post, that sort of thing. And so you will want to think critically, ask follow-up questions, and then you will want to check back to read colleagues' replies so that you can respond to those follow-up questions. This is all a form of engaging deeply within this discussion forum, thinking critically, and enabling one another to take part in a reciprocal learning experience, which is such a powerful learning experience. It's something that I'm often encouraging you to do within this course. Now, you will also begin creating your TEASe video this week. You will actually conclude this video by Sunday of this week, and it's very important that you begin as soon as possible. If at all possible, I would highly encourage you to begin on Monday, as of all of our assignments that take place over the course of this 8-week term, this is one assignment that will honestly probably take the longest to complete. It's an interesting assignment because students often tell me that as they're creating TEASe videos, this is an assignment that takes quite a while, many hours in fact, but it's also one of the most rewarding assignments because so many educators have never had the opportunity to create a video of this sort. And so this is a new experience for so many. It will be a new experience for so many within our course. It will be a very rewarding experience, but it's also a time-consuming experience. And I'll give you a quick bit of personal insight regarding my process of creating a TEASe video. So when I was a master's student at HBU, I was asked by my amazing professor and incredible mentor, Dr. Dawn Wilson, to create a TEASe video within one of my courses. And I remember being very intimidated by the thought of creating this video. I'd never done anything of this sort before, but I decided that I would create the video in such a way that I could directly implement what I had created within my classroom setting. And at that time, I was teaching second grade, and the unit I was developing was a social studies and English language arts unit, and it focused upon the concept of courage. And so the purpose of this video was to help my students understand what courage is all about, what are characteristics that inspire courage, what are some examples of courage that we see in everyday life. And so I brought together images of everyday heroes such as firefighters and doctors and teachers, and I also found images of superheroes. Brought those together as well. I even found a clip from Veggie Tales, of all things, that talked about courage and what courage looks like in everyday life. And I put those images and that video clip together. I had music in the background, and I interspersed my essential questions throughout the video. And I remember spending hours upon hours developing this video because I wanted it to be the best it could be for my second grade students. And I showed the video in class the very next week, the week after I'd submitted it for my own course. And as I was showing the video to my students, I saw that their attention was grasped and that they were watching very carefully, watching very intently. And at the conclusion of the video, I turned on the lights again, and the students stood up and gave me a standing ovation. It was the first time as an elementary school teacher that I had ever received a standing ovation from my students. And let me assure you, this was not because the video was such a stellar, high-quality video. In fact, I would never purposely show you that video as an exemplar within this course because I have had so many students create so many TEASe videos that are much more exemplary since that time. But the reason the students gave me a standing ovation was because they could see that I had devoted my time and my effort, my creativity, my heart and soul to creating something specifically for them. It was so much more powerful for them than me simply finding a YouTube video and sharing that with them. They loved the fact that I created it for them. And so my hope is that as you create this TEASe video, you will do so with intentionality, planning to use what you have created within your professional setting. It will mean more than words can ever express to those who will view your video, knowing that you have created this video specifically for them. Such a powerful thing. Now let's look at the assignment details. I would love to overview those details for you so that you can have an idea of what you will be doing over the course of the week. And so again, you see here that there are some examples. Of course, you will want to correlate the concepts presented within this video with the unit plan you are developing. And so I highly encourage you to use the essential questions that you have already developed in order to create this TEASe video. Present those essential questions to the students. The purpose of this video is not giving the students a great deal of new information, but rather the idea behind the TEASe video is to help them activate prior knowledge and think with intentionality about what is to come through considering the essential questions presented in the video. You will want to begin by collecting resources, so video resources, audio resources, and images that you will use. You definitely will want to keep track of all of your citations for copyright purposes. This is incredibly important. We want to give credit where credit is due. And so you'll want to begin creating a list of citations following APA guidelines for citations. And for video, audio, and image files, they're a bit different than citations that you would typically include within research. And so you'll definitely want to ensure that you are following APA guidelines for those citations. You have the choice of platform to use for creating this video. You can either use Windows Live Movie Maker if you have a PC or a Windows machine. If you have a MacBook or even an iPad or even an iPhone and you would like to use it, then you can use iMovie. If you would prefer to use a web-based tool, Animoto is an awesome choice. You do not need to pay for the upgraded version. You can simply use the free version, and even though a watermark will appear with the free version, you will not lose points for the appearance of this watermark. Once you decide upon your platform, you'll want to begin to find images that will align with the content within the video. And so I've offered 2 resources, excellent free resources for high quality images, Pixabay and Unsplash, and so you will want to check out those resources. You're not required to use the images contained within these sites, but I do recommend at least exploring them because they have incredible images for you to use. And then you'll also want to find music and videos to upload to your project, which will eventually be uploaded to YouTube. You can find music and videos on YouTube, and basically what you'll need to do is download them from YouTube to your computer in order, or device, if you're using an iPad, whatever the case may be, or an iPhone, and you'll want to download them in order that you can actually use them within your video. And so you can use a tool such as Clip Converter, in which you will simply copy and paste the YouTube shareable link to Clip Converter, and then for audio files you'll download as an MP3, for video files you'll download as an MP4 directly to your computer. And so you have those options there. One thing that I want to remind you of is the fact that, again, we must abide by copyright rules and regulations as we're creating these videos, and this includes not using a clip, audio or video, of more than 30 seconds of any copyrighted material within your TEASe video. Therefore, if you will be creating a 3-minute video, for example, and your video should be at least 3 minutes in length, you will need to use at least 6 different musical selections, each of no more than 30 seconds. You always want to have something in the background, whether it's music and narration, or just narration, just music. But if you're going to be using music throughout, which you will see in the examples that have been provided for you, you will want to include at least 6 30-second clips. Once you have finished creating your video, you'll want to upload it to YouTube, and then you will simply want to submit the YouTube link within the assignment submission area. And so here you will simply want to copy and paste the YouTube link and click submit. And that's all you need to do for this assignment submission. But once again, please start early. You will not regret your decision to start early. This is a project that should not be completed on Sunday at 10 o'clock at night. Instead, it's something you'll want to work on over the course of the week. And the great news is if you start early and reach out to your instructor early with questions, it's much easier to address those questions than it would be if you waited until the last minute. And so that's my strong encouragement to you, especially with this assignment. I cannot wait to see what you will create. It is going to be phenomenal. The TEASe videos are always so unique, always so engaging. It's always so exciting to view the incredible finished products you have created. God bless you all. Have a great week ahead.